Israeli wine industry has been at it for over a century, but only in recent years has it become a popular export product. Today we're here at Israel's largest winemaker, Barkan Winery. Not only are Barkan's vineyards located here at the site of their winery in Kibbutz Hulda, but also scattered over the best wine-growing regions in the country, in places like the Judean Hills, the Upper Galilee, and even the Mitzpeh Ramon. Over 8,000 tons of grapes are brought to the winery during harvest season. So, Barkan Winery is one of Israel's biggest wineries, producing lots and lots of wine per year.
Yes.
How much land does it actually cover?
We produced last year 15 million bottles.
Wow.
And we're today actually in the largest vineyard in the country.
What kind of conditions do these grapes need in order to produce the best quality?
Okay, it's something called terroir. So you have different slopes of vineyard, different irrigation systems, which is an Israeli invention. It's all via computer. You basically drip irrigate. You give a small amount of water. If you're going to irrigate too much, you're going to get bloated grapes and you don't have the requirement of sugar. You need a very high sugar. If you squeeze it, you see, you get the liquid, you get the skins inside. You need it also. Now the liquid is clear. Yeah, it's very, very sweet. Okay, it's like grape juice. During fermentation, we add yeast. Now what happens, the yeast converts all the sugar into alcohol, so you get a dry wine.
So what distinguishes a red wine from a white? Simply the skin of the grapes used. If the skin remains during the fermentation process, it becomes red. Wines made without the skin of the grapes become white. So this could make white wine also?
Technically, yes, if you don't do the fermentation with the skins. It's just very weird to drink Cabernet Sauvignon that's white, but technically it is possible.
Okay. Barkan offers a wide variety of different wines, ranging from affordable to premium and even super premium, all made with care, high-quality grapes, and just the right conditions to yield award-winning wines.
Quality should be in all of wines. You can buy a bottle of $7, $10, or $85, but quality has to be good everywhere. And this is our priority. I think not everybody can do it, and to guarantee this quality consistently, we invest in two parts. That means in the vineyards, and the second thing is, in fact, we invest in technologies, and we try always to improve the activity, the operation into the farm that you see in my back.
So we're in the visitor center now. We're surrounded by huge amount of barrels. Even the shape of it is in the shape of a barrel. I don't know, Natalie, if you want to start counting, but there is over 6,000 French and American oak barrels here.
Wow. I see big barrels,
yes,
small
barrels, different sizes.
That
That's like 30,000 liters each. You can make
amazing.
a jacuzzi if you want, you know.
You could drown in that jacuzzi.
Yes.
The handmade French and American oak barrels provide very different aromas, as well as their toasting levels.
Before they finish the oak barrels, they toast the inside of a barrel, and that gives the different aromas you have in wine. So it's like when you have a steak, you have rare, medium, well done. With the toasting of oak barrels, you have LT, MT, HT. Light toast, medium toast, or heavy toast. And that imparts the flavors into the wine.
The barrels have to be filled to capacity throughout the course of the aging process, or else the oxygen would cause it to spoil.
So every 2 weeks they go row per row. We're about 10 meters deep here. And they need to make sure that the wine is topped up to brim level.
Is that why you can see that it's kind of overflowing
so that's
over
why
there?
Sometimes it can overflow, because sometimes you get a small piece of evaporation.
It's better
only.
for it to overflow than to...
Then have less wine.
So are there any other methods of aging wine?
Yeah, so we have the aging in oak barrels,
Okay.
which are premium or super premium. And then we have entry-level wines, or the younger wines, which are meant to be consumed. And these are stainless steel tanks.
The wine in the stainless steel tanks are aged for up to 1 year before being bottled, and include such varieties as white wines and rosés.
We also do brandy here. So the big tower that you see over there, that's a distillation tower for brandy. And then you have some fermentation tanks. So these are obviously working only during the harvest, which is the end of July till the beginning of October or beginning of September. We're now in the bottling. They just came back from lunch, so slowly it's gonna get very noisy here. There's 3 bottling lines here. So the one that's closest to us, the maximum capacity they can fill up is 10,000 bottles per hour.
The bottles get sent from this factory to stores
all over
around
the world and all over Israel. Yaakov is the manager of the bottling plant. You see, you have the cardboard box. It slides under, and then it folds it over. It makes the box, and then it goes to that machine that wraps it with cling film, and then you see over there you have the storage.
Yeah. So obviously we cannot leave Balkan's winery without sampling some of the wine, right?
We have a few samples here, a white, a rosé, and a red. So the first one will be Segal Rechasim Chardonnay Anout. Usually Chardonnay in the world goes into oak barrels almost 100% of the times.
So this one is the stainless steel?
So this one is sort of like a new world adaptation of Chardonnay. Brings out most of the fruits.
All right, let's take a sip.
Yeah, all right.
Cheers. It's nice, it's light.
So that's the main idea.
Yeah.
Definitely a summer wine, fruity, but yet still complex enough to not be a simple. Second one is the rosé, which is from Balkan. It is a pink muscat, which is an invention that we made.
Look at that pretty color.
And yeah, we added a tiny bit of Petit Verdot, which is the red variety.
Cheers, Max. You have to put your whole face into the glass,
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely. Tasty
Yum, that is
and
nice.
sweet.
Israel has been known worldwide for breakthroughs in the agricultural industry. And today we're going to visit a place that not only pioneered these innovations, but remains industry leaders in the world of agriculture. A drought or an ongoing lack of water is every farmer's worst nightmare. And here in Israel, the agricultural community is no stranger to arid, dry conditions. One company has revolutionized the way farmers use water, allowing producers to grow plants which yield a bigger quantity of better quality crops, all while using less resources.
So you can grow a cornfield when you flood irrigate it, and you're gonna probably use around, for 1 hectare, around 12,000 cubic meters to grow that hectare of corn. When you switch to drip, you're gonna save 50% of that water, using around 8,000 or 7,000 cubic meters for that same hectare. That's a lot of water.
The original drip irrigation product, manufactured by Israeli company Netafim, pioneered the drip revolution. It's a type of micro-irrigation system which allows water to drip slowly to the roots of the plants, where the water is absorbed directly by the roots, minimizing evaporation and other forms of wastewater.
So, first of all, we have the flex net, which is drawn all across the field. It's a flexible pipe, which can go in and out very easily from the field. And then to each one of them, we connected the dripper lines, and all across the dripper lines we have the drippers, as you can see over here. We are putting the exact amount of water in each one of these areas next to each one of the plots. So we're not just flooding the water, flooding the entire field.
This gives farmers the chance to know precisely how much water or fertilizer their crops are getting.
So the water goes into the dripper lines from here. Yeah, it goes all the way here. It goes up from the pressure, and there's anti-clogging capabilities here, flushing it directly into the pipe. Only clean water goes out from the hole in a very precise and accurate way.
So when you're first looking at this, it looks like such a simple solution. Like how
It
did
is.
people not think about
It's
this
simple, but
such
it's
a long time ago?
sophisticated.
But then again, once you're getting
You go
into the
into
details
it,
of it, there's
exactly.
a lot of...
There's a lot of thought of it. It's micro product, which is protected by many patents, but produced here only in Israel, only in Chatzerim.
So far, millions of farmers in more than 110 countries are using precision irrigation to grow crops while using less water. The system has also become more advanced over the years by adding new feature sets which offer expanded capabilities which are making life easier for the farmers while also increasing overall profitability. Netafim is home to a research and development center and a few different greenhouses, from simple ones to advanced glasshouses. Their wide range of products and solutions cater to growers of all sizes, from small to large-scale agricultural producers.
So here we see different types of application for our products. For example, here, this is based on gravity, no electricity. Water goes up and then goes down by gravity into these pipes and then irrigated. That's, I would say, simplest example of the drip. And then from here, we're moving into the more sophisticated ones.
Netafim's high-end greenhouse solutions are based on hydroponics, the process by which crops are grown without using any soil.
This is the disinfection tank, so everything here is in a closed loop, okay? All the water
is reused at all
exactly. They took dialysis machines from hospitals, cleaned them up, and then using it to sterilize water. In each one of these, they have different fertilizers. It goes here into this machine, inject it, and then back. Everything is underground. Drainage, disinfection goes into here, and then goes back.
Although this method does consume a lot of energy, it saves a tremendous amount of water.
These are water with nutrients going directly over here. You see the slope.
Yeah.
Everything is drained over there, being collected, and then recycled again. This is basil. These are strawberries. No spraying, everything is clean, no chemicals, so it's very, very efficient.
When you think of a farmer, you don't really think of someone that's so tech savvy. But nowadays, scientists work side by side with farmers, and everything is super easy with a click of a button on their phone.
Exactly.
So,
farming is becoming much more techy, much more sophisticated on one hand, but simple on the other hand, because at the end of the day, he needs to operate his farm. He needs to make sure everything is working.
With Netafim's innovative ways of monitoring and controlling the farms, the process has never been more metered and precise.
Over there, we can see the tubes stuck into the ground. These are the sensors which can sense the moisture and the temperature of the ground, transmitting, connected to this machine, to this RTU, and then transmitting everything here to the main control unit.
The main control unit puts all of the automated controls in a central location and is the first system to integrate monitoring, analysis, and control. So what does the future hold for Netafim and global agriculture? The systems of the future are poised to be even more sustainable with higher efficiency, embracing Netafim's philosophy of doing more with less.
Every farmer from the palm of his hand, like he's doing a lot of other things in his life, navigating, getting advices, managing his bank account, he should be able to manage his irrigation and his crop from the palm of his hand, and that's where global agriculture is going.
You can see it all across the Israeli countryside or displayed for sale at produce markets. Israelis go absolutely crazy for this stuff, and it's called sabres. Wow. Max, have you ever seen this much cactus in your life? Here we can see lots of sabres, the fruit that develops from the cactus. The fruit of the cactus bush is known in Israel as sabres, but you may know it as the prickly pear. And here in Israel, the cactus bush is such a common sight that it's difficult to imagine the local landscape without it. Are these sabras all ready to pick?
These sabres that we will need to pick in the last summer, but it's going to be a jam and other stuff.
Now, not only is sabras a desert plant, not only does it have many benefits, but the term is also, it refers to Jewish people that are born on the land, right?
Sabres, it means that you're born in Israel.
Where did that come from?
The Israeli one that born over here are very hard outside, but we're very sweet inside. And because of that, they call us tzabar, sabres.
Oh wow, like a typical Israeli.
Yes.
Rough exterior, but soft on the inside.
Yes, but the tzabar is not from here originally. It's from Mexico. It's only 600 years in this area.
Here at the Cactus Farm in Israel's Negev, you'll find cacti spanning 272 acres of desert. How did you guys manage to become the biggest cactus farm in the Middle East? I mean, obviously it didn't happen overnight.
It's a story that my father had a dream. From childhood, know a little bit about the cactus.
Okay.
And he know that you can eat the fruit, But he thinks that you can eat also the branch of the cactus.
Now that's something that's not usually eaten, right?
In Mexico, they ate a lot of cactus, a lot of branch of the cactus. And he wanted to make the cactus better than the Mexican species.
In 1975, Shachar's father, Noam, brought cactus seeds from South America to Israel and started to develop a brand new cactus species, yielding an even sweeter and bigger fruit. So by utilizing either the fruit or the actual cactus branch itself, you can create all sorts of highly nutritious dishes, rich in natural antioxidants.
Before we started to eat it in Israel, all the people tell us that this is the food of the camel, because camel can eat it. But if you see, the cactus have a lot of water inside. If you want to eat it, you can eat it like that, fresh. You can cook it. You can make pickles from this. You can make bread from this.
Well, I never tried a cactus before. It is a little bit bitter. Not bad. It's very like
Jelly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has a lot of gooey substance. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I know sables is sold all over the country, but I probably had one in my entire Israel experience, and it's just complicated to eat. There's a lot of pits inside. Do you spit it out? Do you swallow the pits?
No, you swallow the seeds. The idea that Israeli, that born in Israel, know how to eat the sables because my father and my mother and the grandmother and grandfather brought it to the house. Open it and to eat with the seeds. The idea that the seeds clean all the stomach, everything. And that's the way to eat the sables.
This is probably one of the most interesting meals that we're gonna have on the show. Everything here is cactus-based.
Everything with cactus, yes, of course.
Wow, I've never had anything with cactus. So we have salads, we have hummus with cactus, and shakshuka, my favorite.
Of course, and meat with rice, with the sables, with the cactus.
Wow.
Cactus with olive oil and za'atar.
Look at this color. Wow, it's delicious. It's very sweet, not like the sables that I ate before.
Yes,
it's a little
of course.
bitter. So you could pretty much come up with any dish and just include some cactus in it. It could go with sweet dishes, maybe like desserts.
Of course.
And
We make malabi.
it's nice that most of the year people could come to the farm, visit the farm, and still see fruits.
Of course.
You know, they can still pick fruits.
We don't have out of season because even in May and June that we out of season, you have fruit in the field to see, to show to people that come here.
Because of its health benefits and delicious taste, Shachar is confident that cactus will be way more popular in the future. So if you find Israeli sabras fruits at your local market, there's a good chance they came from right here down at the Orly Cactus Farm. When it comes to farming, Israel has brought the world some big innovations. But did you know that this tiny country is also the origin of one of the world's most important and ancient fruit, the olive?
Olives started in Israel 5,000 years ago. Italians can say they have good olive oil, but we started first.
Used as a symbol for peace, for anointing kings and many other rituals, olives have played a significant role in Israel for millennia. And to this day, it hasn't slowed down, with olive oil being among the key ingredients used in the Mediterranean kitchen, where it's prized for its rich and unique flavor. This is Guy. When he's not out trekking the Himalayas or the Alps, he's spending most days tending to his organic farm set amongst the picturesque Carmel Mountains.
What you see here is a harvest of table olives, which we will process tonight. Because our farm is organic and we don't use preservatives, they will stay for over 6 months in order to ripen up and become suitable for eating.
Makura Farm is 45 hectares in size, producing 20 tons of olive oil annually. Here you'll encounter 6 different varieties of olives coming from different parts of the world, including Israel's native olive known as tsuri.
It's originally from the north of Israel, but now it spreads all over the country. It produces table olives, excellent table olives, and excellent olive oil. It's a little bit sharp, the olive oil, but it has a lot of antioxidants. We have different tastes of oil for different clients. And
But the ones that they're harvesting today is native to
Suri.
Israel.
Yeah.
Each step in the growing process is fully organic, from the use of organic compost to the use of natural pesticides.
This is the compost that we use. It's a natural fertilizer that we use to fertilize the trees. And that's the only thing we give the trees. That's the only nutrition they get. Instead of using chemicals that deplete the soil, we use natural compost.
And these all-natural techniques are fitting when you consider that some of these trees here at Makura Farm date back to when organic was the only option. Some believe they date as far back to the Roman era.
It's amazing that trees that are more than 1,000 years, almost 2,000 years old, are still bearing fruits today. And we can just look at this tree and just imagine
How much it's seen.
It's seen
over the years.
Romans, it's seen Muslims, it's seen British, it's seen the start of Zionism.
Olive trees are among the short list of tree species which can easily resist drought, diseases, and even wildfires.
The olive tree gave fruits to our ancestors, and it still gives. The same trees are giving us fruits today. And that's really the uniqueness of this tree. And that's why I so much respect it and I so much appreciate it.
The oil is extracted and cold-pressed in Makura's Visitor Center, where you can see all of the bottled olive oils and taste the different flavors.
Wow, it's a sharp taste,
Yeah,
like you said.
yeah. Full of antioxidants.
Yeah. Wow, you can really taste the olive. It's very rich in flavor.
And I'll give you another variety, which is called Kalamata. We grow it.
Besides for olives, Makura Farm has many vineyards and orchards of lychees, citrus fruits, and avocados, all grown 100% organic.
Now it's the start of the harvest of the Ettinger, which is the earliest variety. And I'll show you how avocado is being picked.
Okay.
And you have to choose the big ones. And because everything is green, you have to look really carefully.
Here.
And let's see if you find something. Well, this size
That's
is
a big one.
Yeah, this size.
Wow.
And what you do, you just
Snap
make
it
like
off.
snap it like this.